Delighted to welcome back to the media centre for this week Rory McIlroy, our 2022 DP World Tour Rankings champion. Number one seems to be something that's been on your mind this year. FedEx Cup, now here in Dubai at the end of the season, obviously world number one. Just sum up what's been an incredible year on the golf course.
Obviously, over the last couple of holes today, I knew that I was still trying to figure out a way to win the golf tournament, but knew I had the the ranking sort of over and done with. So I was speaking to Harry about it on the way the last couple of holes, and he said to me, a long way from San Antonio. That was sort of where my whole year turned around. And then, I played Augusta and played great there. And, my golf and my consistency levels just went to I don't think I've played as consistent in my entire career as I'm doing right now. So it's been a fantastic year. Both sides of the pond, whenever the PGA Tour, the FedEx Cup was over and done with late August, I turned my attention to trying to win over here, and played quite a bit. Played Wentworth and Italy in the Dunhill, and now here, and it was nice to achieve that objective as well. So great way to end the year, and it's been busy for a lot of reasons, and looking forward to some downtime.
We can go straight to questions from the floor. If we'd like to start, John, Vanessa, thank you.
Are you normally a man for targets like that, Rory, or did it just occur to you after the FedEx Cup, let's get Europe as well?
I think it just occurred to me. I think because of how the schedule has went over the last few years, it's become increasingly more difficult to do well on both. You really have to focus the majority of your year stateside for the most part, and then sort of once September, October, November is the time to sort of shift your focus back over to this side of the Atlantic. So I think the thing that really set the foundation for why I won these rankings was my performances in the majors, and my performances obviously in the bigger events on this tour. Feels funny winning without having an official win on this tour this year, but I think that just speaks to the consistency levels that I've played with over the course of the last few months.
It's kind of like a prelude as to what's coming, with the sound of things, with the way the schedules are going to go in the next couple of years, is that you'll be able to go focus on America and then jump ship, as it were, across the year.
Yeah, or maybe hopefully down the line with this strategic alliance that we start to see more of a PGA Tour, DP World Tour, then World Tour, right? Or something like that. But yeah, I'd say for next year, it's going to be pretty similar in terms of I'm gonna play back here in Dubai at the end of January. And then I probably won't play in Europe again until July. And then you play your three FedEx Cup events in August, and then again you come back over here, and I'll probably play the Irish Open and Wentworth and the Ryder Cup, and so yeah, it sort of seems like that's the way the schedule's sort of going to be next year anyway. 2024 is still up in the air. There's a lot of things to be decided on, but sort of how it looks for next year.
John.
Rory, by any account, it's been momentous this year. When you look forward to next year, what do you think will happen?
I don't know, but hopefully I can just keep my scoring average the same or better than what it is right now. But I guess all I can really do is focus on not just keeping this level of golf going, but trying to build on it and trying to see if there's any incremental improvements I can make going forward. But I said in the interview just after today, I feel like if my driving's not on one day, I feel like my putting will bail me out, and I feel like if my putting's not on, my iron play will bail me out, or if my iron play's not on, my short game will so. I think I used to rely very heavily on one or two aspects of the game, where now I feel like I'm pretty efficient in all areas of the game, and that's been a huge thing this year. I think when you know that you're a good putter, or you know that you're going to hold your fair share of putts, I think it takes pressure off your ball striking. It feeds the whole way through. You don't feel like you have to hit it quite as close, and then off the tee, you don't feel like you have to, you don't feel as under pressure to hit fairways to then hit a green then to give yourself a chance. Like, I feel like if you're a good putter, it can free up the rest of your game, and that's how it's felt this year.
And the other thing other things that have been going on this year, the unmentionable, the elephant in the room. What do you think is going to pan out next year?
I don't know.
To Jamie.
I wish I had a crystal ball and I could tell you, but I have no idea. Our first idea will be in February, and then after that we'll just have to wait and see. But as I said, right now it's in the hands of lawyers and judges and all that. So very much outside of my control.
Jamie.
Rory, Nosferatu on Twitter says you're basically guaranteed to be number one by the end of the world because of your high finish here. End of the world, end of the year.
Could be the end of the world.
Nobody's ever done that before. Race to Dubai, European number one, US number one, and world number one in the same year. It's a nice treble, and apart from major, it's the best thing to be able to do, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I feel like I've probably sound like a broken record, but it's been 8 years since I've won a major, but I feel like I've done everything else there is to do in the game since then. As I've won 3 FedEx Cups since winning my last race to Dubai. So I've done a ton of stuff, and like all I can do is keep my head down, work hard, play the way I've been playing, and. But as I said, like I've been really encouraged this year, like how I played in the majors, how I started, how I kept myself in them. That's something to really build on for next year. So, but yeah, it is. It's an amazing achievement. An achievement I haven't been able to accomplish before, and I've been able to win this tour rankings and finish the year as world number one, but to do it in America as well, it's very cool. I keep saying that I've been a pro now for over 15 years, and to still try to figure out ways to try to accomplish new things is that's what keeps me coming back. I feel like I'm healthy. I'm 33, and I feel like my body's in as best shape as it's ever been, and hopefully it's just clear road ahead, and keep on keeping on.
Joy.
Rory, 3 questions roll into one actually. How are you going to plan the rest of the year? What's the leisure activities that you already have in your mind, and how are you going to relax from what you have really achieved? I mean, amazing things that you have achieved this year. Secondly is, how do you make next year better? I mean, you have done world number one. You said you have accomplished everything, almost everything that you have done. And is there any area, one particular area that you think in your game that you want to become better at next year?
So first question, I'll probably just get away from the game and golf a little bit. I've got a few things to do. I have Thanksgiving week in the States next week, so I'll sort of get into that. But then the week after, I have a few things going on. I'm playing this match with Tiger and JT and Jordan on the 10th of December. And then after that, it's I might take it easy up until Christmas, but the season rolls around pretty quickly again, and most likely going to play that first week in January over in Hawaii before heading back over here. So there's not much downtime, but the downtime that I do have, I'll just try to get away from it. I vowed to turn my phone off for a week or so. It'd be nice to just really get away from everything for a little while. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. And yeah, I mean, I think in terms of improvement, you can improve on everything. There are certain things that I can improve on. I still think there's room for improvement with my wedges. There's certainly there's room for improvement in all aspects of my game. Certain shots, different trajectories. I'll continue to just keep trying to improve on all of that. And then I guess that for me, like it's hard to just pinpoint the majors and whatever, but that's the last thing to over the course of the last few years. It's the one thing that I haven't achieved that I would love to achieve again. So we get 4 opportunities a year, and I want to make sure that I'm in the best possible shape and the best possible position to take advantage of those 4 opportunities.
Okay, I think we have time for one more. So for Tia.
Rory, if there is plan or someone from Live PGA Tour, European Tour plan to have a meeting, you would like to be a part of it? Who do you see to be a part of it?
A meeting in terms of Live and I don't need to be a part of it. Frankly, I wouldn't really want to be a part of it. I mean, I guess it would be, whoever the top people are, and but that's certainly above my pay grade. That's not something I want to get involved with. I'm a golfer, and I'm trying to stick to that line of work.
Okay, Rory, congratulations on your season.
Thank
Look forward
you.
to having you back in January.
Thank you.